You're listening to Dear Mija, a Latino wellness podcast brought to you by the founder of Mija, or as other people know us as, yes, Mija. Dear Mija, it's okay to change your mind. If you're a millennial like myself, you'll remember when you were younger and how people told you to pick a career, something that you'll have to do for the rest of your life. And while I know how intimidating that can feel, and how strange it must be for somebody to tell you to pick something and hope you'll like doing it 5, 10, 20, or even 30 years later, I'm here to tell you that you should just throw all that advice away. Yeah, throw it out. Why? Because you were allowed to change your mind. It is okay to pivot. Let's embrace change. In this life, you have two choices. You can either lean with it or you can rock with it. And sometimes you just don't want to rock with it anymore. And that's okay. See, here's the thing about life. It's yours. And you hold the cards. You get to make the decisions. Now, that doesn't mean that you can control how things happen for you. But that does mean that you can take the necessary steps to create the change that you want in your life. Now, if I had $1 for every time I pivoted or changed my mind about something, then I'd have a good chunk of change. Now, I'm not saying this so that you can never make choices. I'm saying this so that you can realize that you don't have to do the same thing every day for the rest of your life. And this doesn't just apply to what you want to do as a career, this applies to all aspects of your life. See, sometimes you may be unhappy with your day-to-day life, and it's okay to change it. Maybe you want to try a new hobby, and then maybe you decide that you don't like it anymore. Some people would probably call you a quitter, and well, I'd say you're just somebody who wants to try new things. A hobby connoisseur, if you will. Think of it like this. If you ordered a meal at a restaurant and you didn't like it, would you order it again? The answer is probably no. So why keep doing something that you don't like? They say that change is one of the hardest things to deal with in life. And they're right. It's hard because it's not what you're used to. It's hard getting out of your comfort zone. Maybe you're just so used to that dead-end job that you don't make an effort to find something better. Or maybe you're so used to getting mistreated in a relationship that the thought of leaving scares you because you are so used to that person being around that you don't know what it would be like if they weren't there. Well, what if on the other side of that fear of change is something better than you ever imagined? What if leaving that job, relationship, or finally starting that hobby you said you wanted to try, what if it actually changed your life? I know that's a little dramatic, but I'm just saying, I remember last year in 2023, I decided that I wanted to run a 5K in 2024. Everybody told me that when I started running that I would eventually want to run a marathon. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I'll literally never run a marathon. And little did I know, I started training for my 5K. I ran my 5K, 12-minute miles, and now I'm just like, you know what? Actually, maybe I will run a marathon. The energy that I get from running and the adrenaline rush, the environment at the 5K, being surrounded by other runnings, it just felt so good. I get that same feeling when I'm surrounded by other creatives. It's how I know what I want to do in life. It doesn't matter exactly what I do, but it does matter that it's something creative. Like, I don't know, starting a podcast, talking to you guys, sharing my ideas and story. See, it takes just a little bit of change, a little bit of deciding to do something to change your life. I had to find some form of working out that I actually enjoyed, and I had to change my mind on what working out looked like to me. I decided that I wanted my day-to-day life to look different. You see, I'm one of those people who does really well when I dedicate different aspects of my life to something I'm going to enjoy and not just doing it because everyone else is doing it, but because it's something I'm genuinely interested in. See, I was hesitant about running, I was hesitant about meditating, I was hesitant about reading. All these things that I saw so many people around me enjoying, that once I took a step away from the fear of what if I don't like this, I was able to switch my mindset to, well, what if I do like it? See, I embrace the thought of if I don't like it, then I don't have to continue to do it. Nobody's telling me that I have to continue doing these things. You see, my purpose isn't to enjoy every single thing that I try, but my values in life say that I love learning, and if I love to learn, I don't have to continue doing things, but at least I tried. At least I learned if I liked it or not. Everything I do always ties down to my values and not my purpose. And what I mean by that is, if you've never seen the movie Soul, I highly recommend it, as it touches on the idea of going through life with this idea that you have a purpose. And I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen the movie, but the gist of it is that life isn't about having a purpose. It's about the little things, the little joys, if you will. Like enjoying a fresh cup of coffee in the morning and hearing the birds chirp, or hearing the laughter of your friends as you share stories about your life, or spending time with your loved ones, or maybe even taking a step in the sand and feeling the ocean water on your feet. The little but not so little moments that make up the bigger moments in life. How I make decisions on change is always based on my values and those little joys of life. Like what truly matters to me. If I change my mind about something, it's usually because it doesn't align with who I truly am as a person. And maybe it's like that for you as well. Basically, my values drive the change that I make in life, not my purpose. So if you've ever been afraid to pivot, afraid to change your mind, think of your fear as something that guides you in the right direction. What exactly are you afraid of? Is it failing? Is it things not working out? Is it that you won't like what you decided to do? Whatever the reason, remember that it's okay and you can always change your mind again and again. Even when you've reached the destination of your original decision, nothing is set in stone. Nothing is permanent. So embrace the change. Embrace the changes that you want to make in life. With that being said, it's time to pivot into our daily affirmation of today's episode. If you're new here, this is where we talk about a daily affirmation and you can just repeat it as many times as you need throughout the week. So take a second, grab a seat, look yourself in the mirror, close your eyes, dive into a meditation, whatever it is that's calling to you, and repeat the following affirmation. I am allowed to change my mind. It is okay for me to pivot. I embrace change. One more time. I am allowed to change my mind. It is okay for me to pivot. I embrace change. Now, remember, you don't have to do the same thing for the rest of your life. You can pivot at any point, start a new career, try a new hobby, move, end a relationship. Pivoting and change are all a part of life. And there's nothing to be scared of when deciding that you've changed your mind about something. So whatever it is that you've changed your mind about, just know that everything will be fine and work out for the best. And as the great Kelly Clarkson once said, I'll make a wish, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Dear Mija. And as a reminder, we have new episodes every Monday at 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you like what you're hearing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It gives us a rating if you want. We greatly appreciate all of your support. Until next time.